All right. Welcome to Podmas 2022 Gab and Jam episode 264.
And what are we talking about today?
Our big topic for Podmas 2022 is the principles of minimalism and the D.I.Y rockstar. But today we want to talk about how to fit doing these things into the schedule of your life.
Right.
So I was talking about the fact that our whole house, we've been here over 20 years, I felt like needed to be purged of everything in order to incorporate some of these principles of minimalism, but that was overwhelming. So I want to talk to you guys about how you can incorporate it the same way or some of the similar ways that we've started incorporating.
Right. And, the whole thing, too, is that, make sure that you leave comments. And that's what we're saying, too, is that you leave comments. If you're already using these principles, if you're way ahead or whatever else, throw them in there.
Yeah.
So,
it's something we can learn from you,
right.
And that would be wonderful.
Let's broaden the discussion.
I love it. All right. So the first thing that I've learned from going down the rabbit hole and just looking at my life, you do not have to do it all at the same time. So I'm thinking about whole house declutter. So for us, it's almost 2,400 square feet. So how do you declutter? Not all at the same time. So that's the first thing, is do what you can do, right? So start anywhere you like. So for me, I actually ran across a couple videos where the woman says it took her a year to do it, and that she started one drawer at a time. And I'm like, I can do that. Because in the summer, when I first discovered these principles, I'm like, oh my God, I've got to do everything I see. I can see all the stuff that needs to happen. But it was so overwhelming that I went and took a nap and didn't do anything. But starting with the drawer, the cabinet, we still had sippy cups. Our kids are grown, and we still had sippy cups up in the cabinet. So that was an easy one. Or the other thing that they talked about is when you keep tripping over something that you don't want anymore. They either have a donation bin by the door, or someplace where you can take it. For me, they have those bins by CVS where you can put clothes and things. So I started just rounding stuff up, putting it in a pile, and then when I would go out grocery shopping, I would take that bag and put it in the bin. We had like 20 mugs in the cabinet that nobody's using. You get mugs when you go to conferences and all that stuff. And you never use them, and I'm like, okay, out of there. And it's so much nicer to go up in the cabinet and stuff is not falling down on you.
Yeah. So
just little things. So the one drawer at a time, and then whatever is a mental possibility for you. Again, we talked about this is very subjective, that you have to implement it personally, whatever you can handle. That works for your lifestyle. The main thing is just to start. So that if you are going to achieve that more mental space, more physical space, easier to clean, easier to welcome company. There used to be a time when people would have to call like a day in advance so that we could try to clean up. And now I think, a good 15 minutes and we probably are company ready.
Yeah.
And that has been because we've employed some of these principles. And then you were talking about how with the studio, that if you get something new, you try to make sure you see if there's something that you can get rid of so that you don't have things piled up.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily a guy who wants to have like a bunch of gear in the studio, and again, it's probably still more than what I need, because, I also have like a little laptop where I record things, and, because of what they give you with these DAWs, you have access to a drum machine, you have access to keyboards, you have access to all of that kind of stuff. So sometimes I can just use that to get through a complete idea and just be able to do that. So again, even when you start thinking in terms of minimalism, there are things that you can actually cut out. It's like you don't need the outboard gear as much as you might think you do. So I mean, you have to always kind of keep that in your head too. But I do try to get rid of things that I'm not using. Yeah,
that you realize that, okay, this is just not working for me. I spent money on it, but now I'm going to try to sell it and get something that might be more inspiring.
Even though I've been kind of slowed down by that because I don't like the way eBay.
Ooh. If you guys have some suggestions for
let me know.
Ways to sell things that are not on eBay, because that used to be our go-to, and now
it's
I know it's even for buying.
It's not worthwhile anymore. So anyway. So needless to say, as you know, we're not sponsored by eBay.
No,
or
obviously,
else, so
probably
we can
never
just
will be.
talk very truthful about anything. So
all right, so if you're digging this whole how we're incorporating minimalism in the DIY Rockstar, make sure you subscribe.
That's right. And did I say it before? I'm not sure, but put something in the comments.
Yes.
Say what you want to say. Whatever it is that you want to say. If you feel like, hey, no, you need to do this, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, wherever you are on the spectrum. On that spectrum of minimalism, throw it out there.
Yeah. We want to know.
Yeah.
If you dig the vibe and you want to be a part of the tribe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and
chicken.
Yay.